It should be said, I do not recommend drinking 5 different whiskeys in one evening. With that said, I'm going to drink 5 whiskeys in one evening. Greetings, my name is Brian. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. I was thinking about that, that's why. Do we have sound? We do. It's one of the first things I should check, and I just don't. Also, August is Psoriasis Awareness Month. I have it. It sucks. If you have it, see dermatologists. They know what they're doing. Yes, they should. I see people in chat. Hello. Music. I got it. I got it. 5 figures, I tried. Can't even see if that's actually doing it. There we go, good. Andrew Butler, hello. And yes, it does depend on the whiskey. Hey, you're too loud. Too loud, calm down. Now it's too quiet. These are all 40%. I'll start with that. We have a lineup of Johnnie Walker here. This is something I've been meaning to do for, I'm not even sure how long. Probably the better part of half a year or more. I'm almost certain I bought this last year. That's what I'm saying. This is a little sampler pack. Johnnie Walker blended Scotch whiskey. It has a little bit of information on what the tasting notes are for each of these. I'm not looking at it. I know it's there. Hey. Anyway. I have a lineup in front of me. I'll see if I can put this up. This is not exact, but it gives you an idea of what's going on. That's the reason it's here. So this gets confusing for me because it's flipped. But on my right, which I believe is your left, A, B, C, D, E, we have it lined up this way. A is going to be Johnnie Walker Black, the initial 12 year that they do. The double black is B. C is going to be the gold label. And I will say, I think this is the one I'm going to prefer overall from past experiences. The two I'm aware of leaning towards, or at least once upon a time, was either the platinum or the gold. And I know absolutely for certain I like the green. That's not a question. That is not in the lineup, of course. But we do have, for D here, we have an 18 year. And of course, the one everyone wants me to try. Doesn't matter. I've had it before, but we also have the blue label. It's blue and expensive. The ones I like the taste of and the ones I like the price of do not match up very well. Yeah, I've had that feeling. Scott Moody, hello, cheers. Welcome to this absolute mess. How are you? So there you go. That's your lineup here. The glasses. I don't know if this is going to help. But A is simply a tiny Glencairn, mini Glencairn, whatever you want to call it. There's no markings on it. B is a Whiskey Mentor's logo. So you can't see it very well, but there's a W and an M there. There we go. You can almost see that. C is going to be just, this says Whiskey Mentor sip slowly. Again, you can't see it well. It's, you know, glass clear engraving. Never an easy thing to show. Where am I? D is the one that says Bastard's Ball on it. And at the very end of the blue label, I have another Whiskey Mentor's ones. But this was, says at the bottom, which you can't see at all, it says For Wildlife. So it's the same as the other one, but the saying at the bottom is different. I am saying this out loud to you, so if I get confused, you can help. And I will get confused. That is almost a certainty. I'm going to pick up a glass, start talking, and have completely forgotten which one it is, or have two in my hand. That's dangerous. With all that, then below, welcome. Welcome. For those who are paying attention to my Instagram, I was at Irene Tan's just a few days ago. I got a little whiskey som meetup. That was kind of fun. Sudden, as in I found out Richard from Crowded Barrel. If you haven't met Richard, he's awesome. He's pretty much the main dude who deals with Crowded Barrel. And very kind and generous. I mean, he did, like, specifically, I'm thinking of when I was Whiskey Somm level 1. My parents had arrived and they weren't sure where to go, and they ended up talking to him, and he just walked them up there to the Wizard Academy, which he did not have to do, but he did. I appreciated that. So it was nice to see him again and hang out and drink some whiskey, as we do. There's a photo somewhere. Black Label. I'm going to pour these out fairly quickly because I don't... Oh, man, I forgot. My hands do not like tiny little caps like this. Like, I will... If all goes unwell, I will have to use my teeth or grab something else because this is why I should have poured them beforehand. But I... Now you get to see me struggle, which I believe is entertaining. Somehow. Why did they make these tops so tiny? Like, I can't get a grip. And if I do, I just slide. Fine. See which one of these I can open. Oop, that one moved. Hey. I do have pliers. I just have to go get them. Which is, you know, right there, but still. I am a stupid man. I will do stupid things on occasion. Like, I'm just gonna bite this open. I'm tempted to do it now. This one doesn't want to open either. It's my shirt. Do it. Oh. Are you sure? I know it's not cheap. Oh, while I'm struggling, I did want to bring this up to all of you who are here at the beginning. You get the important information. All this exercise I've been doing, I can't open these easily. The prices of each of these solely as a single bottle. So like a 750 ml. The price on that at Total Wine, which I know a lot of you have a Total Wine around. I have one, it's just about an hour's drive away. Not where I'd normally go. Anyhow, prices. Black Label, $32. And I rounded up just a little because some of these were like, you know, this would have been $31.99. So I just 1 cent. Black Label, $32 for a 750 ml. All of these are that. Double Black, $48. It's gone up a bit since last I checked. Gold Label, $70. 18 year, $95. And then here's where the dumb comes in. Blue Label, $200. Okay. Like up to 95, I was like, yeah, okay, we got it. You know, that's good. I've seen the green label and I've seen the platinum and the gold, you know, close to that range. 95, close to 100, you know, still, it's not, you know, you haven't hit 3 digits, and then you just jump all the way to 3 digits and add a 2 at the front, and that's it for Blue Label. So, whatever. All right, to make my life easier, I'm gonna go grab the pliers. While I'm gone, you guys get to see my BRB screen, which I don't like using, but it's a business. Mine are husky. Well, like me. Need self-esteem. Anyhow, where was I? I'd cleaned out all my drawers recently, so there was that moment of where is it now? As if I knew where it was before. Yes. Yeah, take that. Cricky crackle noises. Feels a little silly to have to do that for these tiny little bottles, but oh well. C'est la vie. Oh, that. These were meant to be drank straight out of the bottle and not poured. That almost went all over the place. Double Black, kinda Ardbeggy. Yeah, I used to more storytelling, which is the only thing I need to do. Peter White, hello. And yes, thank you for suggesting pliers. That was a good idea. I would use my teeth, but it hurts, so I didn't. And yeah, good idea. Schwelcome, if I didn't say that already. And I have to click on comment, so those who do watch the replay, whomever you are, thank you. And while I'm thinking about thanking people, Thank you. Totally forgot what I was talking about. That's okay. Pouring whiskey, that's the main thing I should worry about right now. I don't even know how much this little box was. I feel as if it was under $100. So I'll guesstimate 80, you know. We'll say 80. I don't know if that's right, and it also could have gone up anyway since the last time I bought it. Prices on whiskey are going wild, along with everything else. And if anyone's keeping up with Star Trek Strange New Worlds, there are some songs stuck in my head right now. So if I start humming them, you'll know. They're in there. They're just floating around. They have been for about a week. Whiskey Uncensored. More for me. Mediocre whiskey. Hey man, to each his own. This Blue Label is a $200 bottle. Well, full bottle. I did these tiny little things. Weird noises coming on from next door. I'm now into the 18 year. Oh, this one actually opened properly. How nice. Yes. I'm trying to... I didn't mean to do this intentionally, but I started pouring these and thinking, can I freehand these pretty close together? Find out in a moment. Nope. Blue one was just said, I don't think so. You can screw. One thing I've thought about on a few occasions, not very often, because of the way whiskey is and how it's a liquid, drinkable thing. With prices, I tend to wonder what the price tag really is per ounce. See I'm going there? So let's say a Blue Label, $200. How much would a 50 milliliter one actually cost at that thought process? You can do the math. I am not going to, but $200, 750 mil. How much would this one be if it's 50? This is what math is supposed to be used for. Very good at that. Mark Emmericker, hello. Welcome. Schafflaw variant. Ooh. I don't know what that is, but it sounds fine. Sounds dandy. Let's see here. Pretty close. These are freehand pours. I don't know if I can hold all of them at once without dropping them. Hey. That's not bad. That's just 3. Look at the other ones. This is just my curiousness now. Randy Butler has an answer. I have no idea. But yeah, sure. I only say that because of how, you know, bars, whiskey places in particular, do that. I can tell you what I know about a larger version. So there's a little bit larger version of this, I think. Or maybe it was this size. It's been so long, I don't remember. My brother once got me a Blue Label. One of these. I think it was a little bigger than this, but I would not be surprised if it was the same size. It was $20. But that was also 4 to 5 years ago, so who knows how much it is now. Latest travel. Johnnie Black Milk. Drink it. Do it. I don't know. The bottle that the Blue Label was, it was $20 for a gift my brother gave me. It came in a little box thing. I might even still have it somewhere. I'm the type to keep things for no good reason. Oop. Excuse me. What an adorable little box. Yep, same one. $20. Well, this was 20 bucks. It has a little box. I'm sure that means it's at least $5 more. Yeah, that's cute. It's a nice idea. That's why I kept it. Little blue label box. $20 nonsense. I saved it for just this occasion, really. Ow. All right, let's get to the nose on these before they start to dissipate. Oh, yeah. Story. I forgot. Shocking. Johnnie Walker Black was my intro into Scotch. Not my intro, my beginning to explore, because, of course, it's Johnnie Walker Black. Already, before I knew anything about whiskey, I was familiar with what Johnnie Walker Black... I was familiar with the icon of Johnnie Walker Black. I didn't think much of it. I was just aware of it. So that was one of the first ones I went into. Also price. The price of Johnnie Walker was less than most of the other ones on the shelf. And at least I was, you know, it had a brand. It had a very good, it's very good at branding. If that weren't obvious. So they got me with that. I like to walking man. I like the hat. I need my own hat and top hat, cane, monocle, the whole thing. Turn me into a Monopoly man someday. What? Nope, I lost it. Point is, this whiskey is part of why, part of how I took my first few steps into just whiskey drinking in general. Oddly enough, does anyone know the Jane Walker? They had a Jane Walker bottle, which was, I think some of the money went to something. This is a long time ago, but I would buy those bottles instead, just because. I think it was because of the fact that some of the money went to a organization, charity or something. Been a while. Anyway, this smells familiar. This is an old friend smell to me. Not that I smell my old friends. Don't get that out of my head. I can't really say it has peat to it, but it does have that. It's got a really nice sweetness. It's very inviting. It does have a. It feels like it has sugar in it. You know, it's that kind of sweet, but in a good way. Like it smells really good to me. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. It's making me think of some kind of sweet candy. Like, I want to say the cinnamon ones. Lady next door is being bonkers again. It has a touch of peat. And I'm not even talking about actual peaty heaviness. But when I drink certain peated with Scotch, the peat notes are there, but they start to fade into this fruit note, and that's kind of what it is. It's very, very light peat and more fruit forward than actual, intense, smoky overwhelmingness that peated Scotches can do. Gotcha. Celebratory blend was one of their better offerings. Ooh. Well, if I see it, I will look at it and be very glad that I saw it, if it's anywhere. I saw a blue label that was weird, like $500. Do I still have the screen up? No. Well, on to double black. This one has a little more peat to it, which I wasn't expecting it to be that way. Pop and KillCo, hello. There's a little bit of, it's either brine or iodine. It's like in the middle, just hanging out there. That's wild. I haven't touched any of these, any Johnnie Walker stuff, other than the green label, 3 years ago, something like that. So it's fun for me to come back to this, especially the first two. Those are two old favorites that I had early on. But like most whiskey, and I've been able to kind of tamp this down before it happens, there are initial bottles when you're first getting into whiskey where you really like it and you buy a bunch of it. And you drink so much of it that you get tired of it. That's what happened to me with this. 4-leaf whiskey, cheers, hello. I'm drinking Scotch today, I'm sorry. No Irish this time, but there are 5 of them, so I'm just pacing myself. We are on C now, we have the gold label. Whoa. Oh, yeah. I didn't say that already. I didn't highlight it. Oh, well, thank you. I'm telling the story of my initial first few steps into whiskey. Johnnie Walker was one of the scotches I slid into as a affordable option for Scotch, because it's a blend. And I already went into Lafroig as one of the initial, what the hell is this? Let me try more scenario. Taste and sensibility, hello. Jane Walker, it's a blended malt and better than black. That's what I thought. Like I was very confused as to what the difference was, if any, because it wasn't explained. There was a Jane Walker and there was a Johnnie Walker Black. And I remember I would lean into the Jane Walker more than the Johnnie Walker. Initially, I thought it was just because I knew the money was going to a charity organization. But then I would note I kept going to it just because. The gold has a little more iodine. And we're talking about the very softest level of these notes. Like, really? Oh, my brain. I pictured it as if the nose itself was soft like a pillow. So if you had your head on a pillow and you smelled that. If it was a clean pillow, it would be that level. Like it was just clean this morning kind of thing. It still smells nice, but it's distant. I hope this makes sense to someone. It is inviting. Like so far, the one that's making me the most curious is the gold. Because I remember being torn whenever the heck I did this before. I don't even remember. It's that long. But I remember I liked either the gold label or the platinum, and I don't remember which. So it's very annoying that platinum is not in here. Maybe the 18-year was the platinum? Because it was another sampler set similar to this one. Whatever. I know nothing about these other than what they say on the label. No blend info, no nothing. I just want to drink them. So just then I smelled this and I thought green, like some kind of leaf on a tree. And then that slipped into this, me thinking this is similar nose to the green label. Which is good because I like the green label. Oh man. I didn't think I'd be very as pleased as I am about drinking these because, I haven't drank Johnnie Walker in ages. But it's funny to come back to it and feel, one, the thread of what they are, like Johnnie Walker, it goes through all of them. Haven't gotten the blue label, but it's there. There's a very distinct sweetness in all of them. And then it's kind of a variety of mild peat. Very mild. Oh. The blue label is more sweet, and I don't get much of a peaty note of any sort. Yeah, it's almost a... It's making me think of creme brulee, which is good. With little fruits on it, like raspberries. And blueberries. Okay, we're gonna drink these now. They all smell pretty good. I'm most interested in, of course, the 18-year and the gold one. Because, again, for me personally, the black and the double black are old friends. And I won't be surprised at liking them. I assume I still will, but who knows? It's been a very long time. Let's see. Oh, I gotta readjust. Oh. Ugh. I don't sit like a normal human being. The first Jane Walker missed the mark. Their marketing was because some women are intimidated by whiskey. Oh, that's right. Jane Walker 2.0 got it right by tipping a hat towards the women behind Cardew. Yeah, I don't remember all of that, but that what you just said there was like, oh yeah, they said something really stupid early on, didn't they? Of course they did. Marketing. Well, it looks like they recovered well. But I haven't seen them around anymore. That's the part that bothers me. Granted, I haven't looked for them. All right, starting from A to B. So when you see me put one down, I'm picking up the next. If you're going to pay attention to that, now is the time to do so. I'm going to go right through. I'm going to have a little water in between and try and tell you at least my initial something. Again, first sip. I try not to think about it, but I'm going to go through these one after the other. Okay? It's just like, yeah, one after another. So how you doing? You ready for the weekend? I am. That usually means I just stay inside and avoid all people. It's great. Ooh. I got butterscotch off the double black all of a sudden. Double black's a little spicier than the first one, the regular black. Ooh. Even though it's 40%, it went down a little different. Maybe it's just a bigger sip. Whew. Damn it, I was going to say something else. But I forgot what. It happens a lot around here, by the way. So if you're new, welcome. Welcome to the jank. All right, diving into the gold now. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The one thing I distinctly remember that bothers me after having drank so many different whiskeys is the texture of these is kind of thin. It's not watery, but it is. I want more. I want a little more richness and velvety silkiness, you know, that kind of thing for my whiskeys. Is just That's why I like creme brulee. So it's that kind of thing, and I'm not getting that from this, unfortunately. Gold. That was a softer spice. First whiskeys of the day here, folks. I did have a beer earlier, so I thought it'd be all right, but no, just mild discomfort. I also want to attribute that thinness to the fact that they're all 40%. Already, that is for a someone who has drank enough whiskey to know their preferences and who may or may not enjoy higher proofs. You get into this 40% zone and you're just kind of lacking. Something's lacking. It just is. The taste so far have been nice. Nothing incredible. The gold label had a little bit more to it. On to the 18 year to see what happens there. I don't think I drank some water. I'm glad someone's paying attention. However, it is not me. Was this the one I said had a green note to it? Yeah, it is. Damn. All right. That's a problem. I do not want to like the Johnnie Walker 18-year-old the most. That's a problem. We don't want that. Those are expensive. Ugh. The 18-year came in with a lot more oomph, flavor-wise. Not as peaty. It's making me think of the night sky. Like stars in the night sky. That's odd. Or unexpected. It's also odd, but unexpected is a nicer word. This is why I like doing this kind of thing. I know I was not expecting the 18 to do something magical like that. Onto the blue label. Let's be real, we're a little skeptical about the blue label. For good reason. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I've never had that one. I've heard mixed feelings, but I know you're a rye guy, so I'm glad you like it. That one's pretty affordable, as I understand it, which is not very well. Yeah, the blue label's got the most muted nose. It's not You know, not by much. Slightly. Mr. Greatshot, hello. How are you? I have a thing of yours over there, right next to my suitcase. It's just going to stay there for about 2 months. Ooh, wait, no. A little over a month. Month and a half? Ooh. Ugh, that's disturbing. I'm thinking about when I'll be in Texas again. If anyone's curious. It feels like it's far away, but the months are slipping by as they do. It feels like summer slows everything down and it gets cold. And everything slows down there too. Everything gets cold, everyone stays inside, not much is happening. Kids are going to school. It's quieter, which is nice. Alright, Blue Label. Oh, that's right. You're somewhere else right now, aren't you? So you're not in Texas craziness. What? There was like an aluminum note at the finish there on the Blue Label. I don't like that. That's just sitting on my tongue. It's not terrible. It's just that was not what you would expect from something that costs $200. The good thing is I know the 18 years, what did I say? 90? 95? Oh, good. That's nice. Ugh. All right. Second round. We go into this. We hold on the palate for a brief moment. Swirl around a little bit. And then see if I can figure anything out from that. I'll do the same thing with water in between, just so I can attempt to clean my palate. My palate's going to get dead before the end of this, I'm sure. But that's why I try to limit it to less than 5. Typically, I will only do 4 for a tasting, just because it leaves a little breathing room. But with 5, I feel like it's a lot. I'm going to get palate fatigue before I get through all of them. So we'll see. Right now, my that weird last note from that Blue Label's lingering. I did drink water just now, didn't I? You heard it here, folks. Mr. Greatshot is officially in purgatory. There we go. Black first. It's thin. It's a little bit of sweet pepperiness, and then dry near the finish. Oh, there's a fruit note for a moment. I thought plum. Yeah, and then a lingering dry on my tongue. It's exactly what I thought. You know, I told the story at the start. It is an introductory blended Scotch. It is well marketed. It does the job. It mixes with just about anything. I'm absolutely certain that would go just fine in Coca-Cola. And if you wanted to bury it, you could put it in with Dr. Pepper or Mountain Dew. I'm curious about. That would be kind of interesting. Although Mountain Dew is incredibly sweet. That would be a nice. That would be an interesting combination. I don't know if that would be good. I'm curious because Mountain Dew is supposed to be mixed with whiskey initially, but we'll see. I'll put that on the list of things to do some other day. Figure out which goes with which better. That sounds extensive. Ouch. Right. Your altitude has changed. Double black. Ooh, water first. Water first. What's weird is I feel like I just have my medallion on. But this is just a tasting for myself, not for someone else. That would also feel silly. Yeah. Double black also lives up to the theme. It's just a little spicier. The sweetness is less. The peppery spiciness tingle stays on my tongue a little longer. It's not as dry. And it still has this lovely, I can only assume it's a malt sweetness. It's delightful. Ooh, but there, something about the finish. That's odd. I don't remember that being a thing. But there's like a sharp left that's happened with the blue and now the double black, where I get a strange tinny, metallic-y, like penny note, which is not great. Not terrible, since it goes away as fast as it showed up, but it's surprising. Gold. Oh, and I didn't say it, but if you have anything in your glass, whatever it is, let me know. Curious. I don't like to drink alone. I do that too often. I had a green apple just for a moment. And the same, dry. There's more citrus to it. And there's a... I want to say vanilla wood. That doesn't quite seem right. Sandalwood? Something like that? Possibly? Like a sweet wood note. That makes any sense. If you understand barrel impact, it does, but it feels weird to say out loud. And that one isn't as dry. Yeah, that's not bad. The gold is not my favorite, though. No, so far, the one that's got my attention the most is the 18-year, which is so annoying. And I feel this is a similar thing that happened before when I was dealing with the gold and the platinum. I am almost certain that the platinum would have cost more. Annoying. Next. On to the 18. The 18-year has a nicer nose. It's softer, it's more inviting, there's more fruit coming out of it. It's very mellow, but it's more complicated. It's mellow and complicated, that makes sense. All right. Peach. Slight spice. So some fruit notes, a little bit of spice, barely anything. Malty sweetness, vanilla. Tapers off into a slight dry note. It's the texture. The texture on the 18-year-old is noticeably different. Much more silky. That's why this has to stand out to me, because the other ones are all... They have less, what's the word? Viscosity? Sure, that sounds about right. This one has got it. I don't know if it's the age or what, but it's so much better on the palate as far as texture goes and flavor-wise than the other three so far. We're going back to the blue, give it a fair chance, but... Okay, welcome back. Stupid internet, how dare you not work? Oh, but in case you missed it, apparently the athletes show up early. Did I disappear? It was me. Although my thing is red, which is never good. You didn't miss much. All I said was the 18 is really nice as far as the palate goes, texture-wise, and the palate. On to the blue. If it's glitching, I'm going to blame YouTube. The only sensible thing to do. So thank you for sticking around. Because I know sometimes if something goes wrong, people just go, screw it, I'll do something else. Ugh, and if that shows up on the replay, that's the most annoying. Hopefully it doesn't, but there's no way for me to know. Holding the blue on my palate. Yeah, it has a slight tinny note to it. It's not as sweet. It's a little spicier. It's a little more oily, a little slick, like on the finish. It's like wrapped around my tongue, but not like in a this is delicious way. It's just there. It's like a film. I don't like to, shit on Blue Label. It is what it is. Though I don't like that saying. It is what you and I, as whiskey people, generally understand is that is a gift whiskey for people who do not understand whiskey very well. Like they know their friend likes whiskey, they see a bottle, $200, well-known brand, even by people who don't drink whiskey. And it's a very nice gift. It really is, just because of the cost alone. And I know anyone who gets that kind of thing as a gift they'll appreciate the gesture, even if they don't like the Johnnie Walker Blue as it is. Again, this is not the favorite for me. Right now, the 18-year is. But it's to put them in order at this moment, on this day, on this time, in this universe. It will go from top to bottom, like the favorite to least favorite. That's exactly what you expect. A few things are twisted around. The 18-year is the favorite. The gold label would be after that. Hi. Someone summoned the rabbit. Blue label in the middle, and then double black and black. So, for my personal palate, the blue label, which is the most expensive one, is mid-tier at best. What was that? Dance Bunny! Keep the lights on, thank you. 777, I like that. Thank you, Zenpu. Can I highlight that? No. I can just make it pop up again. But you can see who it was down here. Thank you. Yes, keep the lights on, please. I have at least 5 on. You can't see it. I've pointed it out many times. But I have a salt lamp here, because I have one, so it's there. Desk light, main circly light thing, travel light, and then my normal, just my apartment light over there that I plugged in. So is the gesture of blue better than the taste for the cost? I would appreciate the gesture. Like again, like I said earlier, my brother did what I consider a sensible thing with my early days of having an interest in whiskey. This was it right here. This was $20. It's the Johnnie Walker Blue. It came in a little blue box. This is the ideal way to do it for someone. Per my feelings, because I don't like the idea of anyone spending a lot of money on me. I really appreciate the gesture when it happens, but it just doesn't sit right in my soul. There's this large part, I don't deserve it. That's the loud part in the back of my head. But this is the sensible thing to do. So if you're talking to your friends about your whiskey enjoyment, and they will inevitably ask you things about Johnnie Walker Blue. So you can always say, well, it's not my favorite, but I was gifted a tiny sample once and I enjoyed it. Which is true. I did. For my taste. I already he already knew I was drinking Johnnie Walker Black and Double Black, so getting to try the expensive one is what people go for. And this is part of what we're trying to KillCo, the misconception about how the more expensive a whiskey is, the better it is. That is marketing. That is not true. Since Wild Turkey 101 exists for $25, at least in my area, I can say that isn't true. Buy a bottle of Wild Turkey 101 and you'll be good. Granted, there's a lot of other steps that should go up to that. Just giving someone Wild Turkey 101 first thing is not going to go well. Well, it might. You never know. The fun thing about the whiskey industry, or the whiskey world that I live in, is figuring out your own palate, for one thing, and then helping other people figure out theirs. This is one of those weird things, not weird, but this is something we do without thinking about. And that's in the type of foods we like, the beverages we like. That is something that just progresses as we, live our lives. And it changes. That's the fun part. So it's good to try to keep track of that, since it's something that's always going to be with you in one way or another. And with whiskey, of course, it is time itself in a bottle, technically. Which makes it fun. Which makes this kind of situation for me, where I'm trying a whiskey that initially helped me continue down the whiskey path, trying that again, and finding one thing that I like about it, or something I didn't try before that I liked about it. That is the 18 year. Damn it. $95 bottle, of course. But I would not, I'm not the type to turn up my nose at any kind of whiskey gift. So the good thing about going back to these kind of things is you will inevitably end up in places that do not have a large whiskey selection. And maybe you don't really feel like having a beer or wine or whatever else you might like. So you can always look behind a bar and you will see something similar to Black Label, if not Black Label itself. My go-tos, and in all likelihood I should do a video about this, or a short, some nonsense, where in the back of my head I have a registry of cheap behind the bar whiskeys that will basically be at any bar. So the first one that's most obvious to me, Jameson. That's everywhere. It's very rare that I go to a bar and the Jameson is not back there. If it's not Jameson, it's probably a Bushmills, something along those lines. But you always have one of those where it's not the best. It's not your favorite, but you like it, and you'd enjoy it in the environment you're in. If all your dude bros are around having beers, you don't feel like having a beer, you'd rather have a whiskey. And look, there's Johnnie Walker Black back there. Why not? Make it a double. That'll cheer you up. Corn! Cheers, hello. Whenever I see your name, I think of the band Korn. You'd think I would actually think about Korn itself, but I don't. I listened to Korn, the band, quite a bit when I was younger. I was a teenager, a rebel, with lots of issues. Alright, I'm going to speed through these with no water in between. See what that does. Black, and down. Yep. Double black is just spicier. That's probably why I did like it, but it wasn't enough for me to like it the most, cost-wise. For those who weren't here earlier, what? The difference between a Black Label and a double black right now is a fair chunk of change. It's like at least $10. Black Label is $32, double black $48. Even if I like the double black more, they're both in the same area. It's still enough money for me to go, nope, it's too close to 50. I wasn't really comfortable about 30, but I push in another one that's almost the same thing and at the same percentage for almost $50 now. And of course, you got Gold Label at 70, 18 year at 95, and the Blue Label being absurd at $200. These are all rough estimates in my area. It changes from where you are. Prices are different. Sugar Kitty meow. Or I like to say meow. Schwelcome. Schwelcome. You're late. I mean, hi. Good to see you. Gold. High five pongers. The gold doesn't have a lot going for it. 18. Yep, that's good. That's really good. Out of this lineup. 18-year-old wins. At the very least, that proves that the price doesn't mean it's better. But if you've been someone who has an interest in whiskey for a long time, and you know what your palate likes. Part of it is the texture. An 18-year-old is going to, an 18-year-old Scotch is going to, it's something you're going to lean towards. It's not surprising. Doesn't mean you will, but in my case, I was both pleasantly surprised and annoyed at the same time. Look at these names. Hello. Mr. Jakes. How you doing? Ugh. With that, we got 10 minutes left. How did that happen? It's almost like I've been drinking 5 scotches for 50 minutes. I did it. One more time to the blue label. Yep, I stick to it. From most, how do I put this? On a scale, a sliding scale, we'll say, of most favorite to least favorite, and least favorite is just, I don't know how to describe that. It's not my least favorite. I don't hate it. There's nothing wrong with it. But as far as the one I would like to drink, as opposed to the one I would drink because, because it's there. And I still like it. Again, these are old friends. 18-year-old favorite. That still feels really weird to say. The 18-year-old Scotch. Johnnie Walker Black, 18-year. There. Is the favorite. Then we go to the gold label. Then we go to the blue label. Then we go to double black and black. That is the order from the one I enjoy the most and would buy. Like the 18-year-old now is in my sight, says a bottle I could do a video for and would enjoy drinking as a casual one. Like it's not something I'm going to explore very often, but I like it. Stupid thing. Those little box bottles say how much it was? Give me this one. Box these all came in. It doesn't. But I want to say about 70 bucks. Like that. And yes, Mr. Jigs, earlier on in the stream, I was like, the green label is a favorite. Without question. Last time I had it, fantabulous. Loved it. Would buy a bottle if I could find it. What the hell, YouTube? Not me, I promise. Oop. Hold on. Missed something. Oop, no I didn't. Okay, good. Oh, there you go. Friday Friends, hello. You're welcome. What I do want to do this before I leave. God, that's tiny print. I am an old man now. Oh, midlife crisis. All right. They have info on the box. I think they have it. Whatever. It's on the back here. I'm going to tell you what they are. Give you their official tasting notes, and we'll see what you think about that, and I'll see what I think about that. I'll take a sip if I can. Oh, the present one? The little tiny one? Oh, well, the price can't be right. The price is not right. Because there's nothing on it. If there was, I very likely took it off. I do remember this was 20 bucks at the store. So this itself, the whole shebang, was $20. However, caveat, that was in 2018 or 2019. Again, back when I was just initially getting into whiskey as a whole. So the price has probably gone up just a smidge. I would not be surprised to see this at 25, 30 bucks at this point. But I don't know. But it's cute, isn't it? I kept it. It's a memento. That's probably loud. Green is the least number of components and pretty good set of choices too. Yeah, it's good. I will tell anyone if you like blended scotches or whatever. Oh, we're talking about the price? I have no idea. Do you mean like the 20? Because these are all 50. Like the ones that are in this thing and the one that is the little gift I got are all 50 milliliters. So all I can tell you is that blue label, 50 mil, was $20 as is, or years ago. I don't know if that's helpful information. Tasting notes, before I forget, again. The black label. Flavors of rich fruit, creamy vanilla, and smokiness that shine through like no other scotch in the world. Bold statement. Johnnie Walker Double Black. Creating the style of Johnnie Walker Black Label, but with a rich, more intense, smokier flavor. A little. Oh, that would definitely be part of it. That would definitely be part of it. At least I assume. I mean, just in general, out of the Johnnie Walker lineup that I'm aware of, Green Label, pretty good. And we're finding out reasons why that seems to be the case. No problem. It's hard for me to do anything, but I try to answer questions as best I can. I try. That's the best. I try, and that's all I can do. I can't try my best. I can just keep trying. That's about all I got. Johnnie Walker Gold Reserve. Sorry, Gold Label Reserve, officially. Is a luxurious and smooth whiskey with notes of vanilla, dark fruit, and gentle smoke. Made with vibrant Scotch whiskeys. It is perfect for the moments of celebration. All right, celebration. Woo! There, perfect. Johnnie Walker, aged 18 years. Brings you a stunning flavor journey with notes of fruit, nut, spice, wood, and malt, finished with the signature Johnnie Walker smokiness. So there's smokiness in all of these, but we're talking minuscule for someone who's had a lot of crazy smoky stuff. Johnnie Walker Blue Label. I do like that the 18-year was a little more expanded upon. Stunning, not the fruit, nut, spiced, wood, and malt. So I got wood. I believe I implied that it was a sweet malt. I didn't get any nut, but fruit and spice, yes. That is out of all of them the one that makes the most sense to me. I agree completely. The rest, it's just you're saying the same thing but differently. On to the blue. Blue Label is a remarkable Scotch whiskey with notes of honeyed sweetness, dried fruit, and perfectly balanced smoke. It says on the box. I like Kalila. That for me is very likely the thing that is the thread of smoke in between all of these. That is weirdly enough. What I feel is the Johnnie Walker signature note is Kalila. It's in all of it, all the way through. Every single one of these. That's hilarious. All right. We're coming up to the end here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drink the rest of the 18-year-old tonight. I'm putting it in a completely different class. Putting this one aside, both of them. Pour that in there so I don't get confused. And now, with just a little bit left, just the dregs, whatever's still lingering in there, I will put all the rest of these samples that I just had into one glass. Why? I don't know. So here we go. We're starting with the blue. This is blasphemy at this point. Blue. In you go. I love Talisker too. Well, show me these things. I mean, thank you for telling me. But damn, now I want both of those. I'm certain I have a Kalila over here somewhere. Talisker is one of those ones that's on the list. It's going to look like quite a bit in this one little glass. There we go. We have technically mixed them all together. Technically. I assume this is going to collapse since it's already a blend. Putting them all together might either the similarities will happen or it'll just fall apart. I don't know which. That's all of them in there. Yeah, that's about 2 ounces. Ooh. No, this is actually quite nice. It's more... Now that we're talking about specific whiskeys that are in this, I'm thinking of Talisker and Kalila. How much I enjoy them. Damn it. It actually smells better. They were all like fine on their own, but this smells more like the 18-year-old did now. Kalila. Kalila? Rather than Kalila. But I want to say Kalila. Kalila. I get that little Scotch in there. Kalila. 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 Yeah. It's not terrible, but it is. It falls apart a little bit. There's nothing tying it together. It lands, It just slides off. It's like, this is slightly peaty and sweet, and okay, bye. It's lingering, though. Just a bit. But, that's that. Cliff Smith, good evening. We're done. We're not doing an extended stream tonight. I will be doing a giveaway stream at some point. So if you're gonna have to watch the replay, I drank all the Johnnie Walker. Or that, 8 o'clock. Everyone enjoy the rest of your evening. I know plenty of other people are doing stuff. I don't know who, but you just figure it out. What do I usually say? Well, there you have it, folks. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you. Gotta click the screen out there. Bye. Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.